Hello,
Um,
Red Room here, back with another video. Now, I'm joined here today with my friend Tails But Not, and today we are going to be doing the end of an era, which is going to be essentially our first and last podcast, because I did start doing podcasts on this channel a while back. I only, if I'm being completely honest, I only ever got one episode out because we weren't sure if we wanted to do it, and spoke to my friend Tails today, and we decided, hey, why not? Let's do a podcast. So, hopefully this goes well. None of this is planned out, apart from we wanted to do a podcast. So,
yeah.
Tails, the end of an era. After 10 years, Rake Room is
I'm
saying
gonna be
goodbye.
honest. I was not planning on doing something like this. I wasn't even planning on saying goodbye to Rec Room in general because, if I'm gonna be honest, we had a lot of memories on this game, me included. I think, like 4 to 5 years on this game now, and like, sure, this game was declining. Let's all be real. That was kind of given, but if they would have just kept going with like actual community based ideas, then this game would have actually lasted a lot longer than we expected. Of course, due to Rec Room not listening, Rec Room kind of just, you know,
Yeah, so it kind of went
and
into a
thus,
flop.
yeah, and thus we're kind of having to do this unexpected. Because to be honest, me and Noah weren't even planning on doing this at all. If we're gonna be honest there,
Yeah, no,
because like,
well, it popped into my head a couple of days ago, and I remember you saying, what was it? I think last week you was like, oh, hey, we should do a podcast at some point, and it
yeah,
seems like a good idea to do one. It seems like a good time. I know it's not really the kind of podcast I wanted to be doing because, if I was going to continue this series, it would have been, subjects we could have spoke about throughout the game's life, or just, what we've been
yeah,
doing that day, or whatever, really. But it turns out, no, it's the end of an era. We are wrapping up our final podcast. Now, I probably will continue with podcasting on Vanilla. If you don't know what Vanilla is, it is a free to play 2020 port of Rec Room available on the Meta Store, and it's only available on Meta currently, as far as I'm aware. But I have videos on that if you would like to go and check it out. But yeah, I mean, if we go back to the beginning of Rec Room. Now I know you didn't play Rec Room back then,
yeah,
but I did, and when it first started, it was quiet, but it was a good game. It was chill. You would meet your friends, you would hang out, come and have a laugh, and have fun all day. Or you'd come home after school and you would jump on this game called Rec Room, and at the time, not many people knew what Rec Room was because I came home one day and I see this game on the store, and I'm like, Rec Room? What is Rec Room? So I downloaded it, played it for the first time, and I just fell in love from the get go. I've made tons of memories on this game. I've met one of my best friends who sat right here with
yeah.
me today, and I'm so grateful I was able to spend time with him and carry on and, you know, with our journeys. And, even after Rec Room goes down, we will continue to thrive our journey together. We've come a long way. We've made videos together. We've had goods and bads, ups and downs, but that's kind of what Rec Room has really been mainly about. It a lot of people would see it as a second home. You would come on,
Yeah.
and if you're having a bad day, come on here and speak to your friends and just say, "Hey, I'm not feeling great. Can I speak to you?" And you come on here, and it was a safe place, if anything. And
It
then
really was, especially for me, because I was, going through a lot of stuff as well. I'm betting a lot of people were over the years when this game was really up, and if we're gonna be completely honest, guys, this game wasn't like just a second home. This was more of like the place where you can do anything without having to worry about being judged all the time. And me
Exactly.
personally, I like that. I like
Yeah.
that about Rec Room.
Yeah, of course. It was one of those places where you could. It was a safe space. That was the intention of the game. You know, it was a fun, quirky game at the beginning. It was you would have there was a few games you could play and they were enjoyable, or you could just hang out in the locker room, which is now formerly known as the rec center.
Yeah.
Um, and then the game progressed and it just got better and better and better. And then you got to COVID around 2020, and that's when this game just skyrocketed in numbers. Like the game was big anyway, but once we hit 2020, because no one was working, no one was at school, everyone was at home, self-isolating and keeping themselves
Mhm.
safe, and this game just went
Speaking of
boom.
2020, I'm actually kind of glad you brought this up because that was actually the year I started when I was playing. And I'm pretty sure you were like still kind of into Rec Room. You were still like kind of in it. You were just at home. You couldn't really do much.
Oh yeah, I
But I
was
think you were
playing
like,
it all the time, especially in 2020, because 2020
yeah,
is when the game really, and I mean really started to thrive, and it just became humongous. Like
oh yeah.
they went from hundreds of thousands of people to millions of people. Like it just
And it's
took off.
like what's even crazier though is like when you would go into orientation, you would make your account for the first time, bro. That was like that was the best moment I've ever had because I was first loading to Rec Room. I was like, what the hell is this? Because I was on the PSVR, dude. When I tell you like that is the best smile I've ever had. I've met like some really cool people. 2021 through I think from July 10th till December. And I just like I had a ton of fun. We had a ton of games we were able to play. We were able to play it for like literally hours a day without having to stop playing, unless it was like super late and you had to go to school. But school was online, so yeah.
Yeah,
But it
yeah.
was a ton of fun.
I mean, like for me, I didn't go to school in 2020 because I graduated back in 2016. So yeah, but like I was on the game a lot throughout COVID because I would come on, hang out with my friends, and just out of nowhere, all of these new players appeared, and the game just took off to like incredible levels. Like all these new people, they hit a huge milestone for their funding department because they were estimated a value. I think they were evaluated at 3.3 billion in the start of 2021. So
Yeah, I believe
they were
so.
making big bank. Like they were good, and you had all these new cool rooms. What people making because everyone was always on the games. So all these new games came out all the time. You had it was just so fun. And then we got into 21 and 22, and the game was just still incredible. Like during 2021 and 22, I didn't play as much. I was playing other games, but I did still
Hmm.
play here and there. But I wasn't really around for 21, 20, 22 and 23. Sorry, no, 21 and 22. Because in 2023 is when I came back full time to Rec Room. I put my heart and dedication into this game, and I just said, you know what, this is where I want to be, and I made it my home.
Yeah.
Like I played every single day. I got my friend um, Shadow back into the game. I would not stop pestering him to play this game, and I did not stop. My mission was to get him to play this game because he didn't really like Rec Room that much back then. Like it wasn't really a thing, but I convinced him. He came back and he was like me. He just fell in love with the game again, and we have made incredible memories. Like from 23 to now.
Yeah.
Like, although, yeah, the game is closing down, and it sucks for a lot of people. Um, at the same time, just all of those memories we've made throughout the years, like, it's been an incredible journey. Although, as
Oh
a
yeah.
coach said in that video, what we've probably all seen by now, although Rec Room is going away as a platform, the memories are definitely going to live on, especially with all these new versions of Rec Room what are coming out, all these ports with what we got, Radium,
Yeah.
we've got
We got fucking
St-
Vanilla, we got Stellar,
Stellar,
we got just a
Nectus,
lot of good ports.
like there is so many, and they are incredible games. Like with Radium, I'm a bit annoyed about because right now VR players cannot play, and it prevents me from playing that one. And I do want to check it out because they are moving to 2023, which for me is a
Yeah.
really important year when it comes to Rec Room, and I can't wait to check that out when they do get it. But at the moment, I'm playing vanilla, and although that is in March 2020 and it is relatively outdated, everyone loves it. I love it. You know, so many people are falling in love with this game. Like, there are over 16,000 members now. Like, they are skyrocketing, and there's so many people online at once. Like, respectfully to Rec Room, or this version of Rec Room, they're getting outnumbered because obviously the player base is obviously going to drop on here every day, and it is. It's slowly but
Yeah.
surely dropping. And then you go on vanilla, and I was on vanilla yesterday, and every server was rammed, and I mean rammed with players. They were crowded, and it just felt amazing because it just reminded me of COVID, weirdly, because of the year
Yeah.
that game's in March 2020, and when you go in there because you played this version and it's just dead. Everywhere's dead in it. Like no one's in any of the games anymore. It's just. But
Yeah.
then you go in vanilla, and my God, like it just feels like it's like a refresh. Like although
It
yes,
almost
it's
kind of
not.
feels like quarantine again if you think about it.
In a way, yeah, absolutely, because you go in there and you've got like they have a higher cap on the rec center, for instance. So you can have 28 people in the rec center, which is obviously more than what you have on here, which is I believe 12 people you can have max on a rec center in
Yeah, you could
this
have like
version.
12
Yeah,
on here.
and that one, 28, and every rec center I switch to, every server is full, like completely maxed out. And I tried to invite my friend who also plays vanilla. So when I just randomly met in vanilla, I invited them, and they couldn't get into any server. So we had to party up just so we could actually get in one together because there's that many people playing it, and it's incredible that they were able to make this and just make such an amazing game.
Hmm.
And it is. It's huge. I don't know how well it's going to take off. I don't know if it's going to be like the next best thing. I don't know, but I do want to thank these creators for making these ports because, in a way, and probably, well, not probably, I guarantee to a lot of people, it's a lifesaver because people
Oh
can still
yeah.
continue to play Rec Room.
Especially for me, considering that this game is quite literally one of my best places I've ever been a part of. Because to be quite honest with you guys, I did not know about Rec Room until like my friend mentioned it to me on a late night, and I was just gaming on my PSVR, and I got bored, so I was like, what other games are like on the PlayStation Store? So he says, you should check out Rec Room. Rec Room is like this really big game that is like really huge, and I was like, you know what, I'll go and check it out. So I was 13 at the time, by the way. So I check it out, and I'm like, you know what, I might as well. I mean, it's a good game. So I look at the trailer, I go ahead and install it. I get into the game. Years go by, and I kid you not, these 4 to 5 years have been like the best years of my life. And I met Noah on July, close to August, when I graduated high school. And it has been almost a year now since me and Noah have been friends. And what's so ironic about this is that I'm going to be graduating again, and so is he for like the second time now.
Yeah, the recurring graduation, so to speak. Um, and I can safely say it's been an honor to be a part of this community for 10 years because I have played it since launch. Like, I came
Yeah,
home and I saw the announcement of this game, and I've been here since day one. Not on this this account. I had an old account which is no longer active and it's long gone, and then I have another account which
yeah,
is a 2019 account, and honestly, that's kind of heartbreaking that I'm going to lose that account because that account is still in the phase of because I never used it. I got locked out of it for such a long time, and I got back into it this year. And when you would save your outfits, if anyone remembers, I know there's going to be a lot of people that do, but there's also a lot of new players what never experienced it. You used to have to take a picture of yourself to save an outfit, and that account still has, I believe, 6 outfits. What I've still got the pictures because it's not those outfits have never been updated since then, so they have stayed the exact same. And like this, like my old dorm room, like that's still stuck in 2019. Like
yeah,
everything about that account, and I cherish that account for a long, long time. And then I did play on that account in 21 briefly, like little bits here and there.
yeah.
And then we got in
And
22.
fun fact about that year, by the way, I actually met him in 21. I didn't know it was him. So I just thought it was like this random ass kid. And he was just blaring his mic, so I obviously blocked him. And then 4 years later, we get in contact. We meet, and we say, "Hey, let's see if you have me blocked on the Killer Wolf account." So he checks it, and I kid you not, we started dying as soon as we found out.
Yeah. Um, but what was I gonna say? But like that account, like I got it back this year, and I was so happy to get it back. And the fact I'm gonna lose that account is actually quite heartbreaking because I got to 2022, and that was the last time I used that account. Um, because, oops, sorry, my character keeps falling asleep. Because I'm actually talking for the character I'm recording with, and that one is just there as a prop. But I got it to 2022 or the end. Oh no, it was like mid 21. Sorry, and I got locked out of that account, and I wasn't able to get back in. I tried everything. I couldn't remember the email address. Nothing. So I didn't play. I got into 22. I made a random account. I played on it for a bit, and then I got to 23, and I made this account what I'm currently using, and I've put my soul into this account. And I played on this from 23 to now, and then at midway, oh no, it wasn't this year. Sorry, it was last year. I got into that Killer Wolf account, and then I got into that account, and that's when me and Tails over here realized that. Well, I realized that I met him before because I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna jump on my alt account and just add you on it. And then I was like, hang on a minute, I'm blocked by you on here, and which confused me because I'm like, well, I've never played with you on this account before, ever, like not once, because I've only just got
Yeah,
access back to it after 4 to 5 years. Actually, a long way. Yeah, 4 years. Sorry, and yeah, that's when we died of laughter because we're like, oh, So I've met you at some point in the past, and then we tried to work out the dates, and then we kind of put two and two together, and roughly came up with the dates we thought were roundabout right, and
Yeah.
yeah, went from there kind of thing. But yeah, there is so much with this game. Like we could be here forever talking about this game because like it's endless. The memories, everything about this
Yeah.
game. Like
It
there's
really
so
is.
much. Like building maps, like is a great one as well. Like we've me and Tails here have built many maps together. Okay, two of them in particular we haven't we won't get the chance to publish, which is a shame because Red Room Studio is no longer a thing,
Yeah.
and I can no longer finish these maps I was making for him. And but he did help me with Noah's Fun Bar, which if you go and check out my channel, there are some very recent videos of me discussing that and the rebuild process, which is now on the way. And in about 4 to 5 months, that will be published, and I will be doing the Noah's Fun Bar 2.0 grand opening. But no, he helped me with that, and he did some good work with that bar as well. And that
Hmm.
bar was like my sanctuary. Like the amount of work and dedication, time, and people and hours what went into that was insane. Like every day, practically everyone. Oh, sorry, let me say his name then. Tails would say, um, "Hey, you want to make a video?" And I'm like, "I'm working on my bar. I'm sorry, I can't." And every day he would ask me. I felt
Yeah.
terrible because I was on a time crunch to get this bar done, as well as trying to make videos. So then I paused the bar for a while, got my other friends to work on it, so I could make some videos with Tails. And then we got to the 20th of December, 2020, 2020, 2025,
2025.
and we launched. And I'll admit, yes, this room I'm discussing, this Noah's Fun Bar, it's not huge by any means. It's only had just over 600, maybe 700 views on visits, whatever you want to call it, I believe. Now, okay, that's not outstanding numbers, but when we launched and we did the launch day,
It was pretty
the
big.
the outcome, like I was picturing maybe 5, 10 people showing up. We had over
Yeah, I
300
was picturing more
people.
like 20.
Yeah, and in the 2 to 3 hours I ran that event, we had over 300 people in and out of that room. And
Yeah.
we had an incredible
It was a lot.
launch. Like, I wasn't anticipating that. I wasn't picturing that many people going through. And the room got so full, like, 'cause so many people were trying to join and request to join, I had to raise the cap from, I think, 15 people to the maximum 40 people. And even
Yep.
then, it was not enough, because more and more people wanted to get in and check out the bar. And to each and every one of you, if you do see this video, thank you, because you helped with an incredible launch of a bar which will thrive again. Although she's going to sink down with the ship when this game closes down, we're going to relaunch her. She's going to set sail and hopefully thrive on. Although, yes, it'll be in vanilla as well as Stella and eventually Radium over
Yeah.
time. I really want that sanctuary to be able to thrive on and live on because that bar will always have a special place in my heart because like
Yeah.
it was incredible. Like I did a Christmas event in there, which was amazing. I had a load of people show up for that. We did a New Year ball drop. That was also incredible because we had a load of people show up for that as well. I mean, yeah, there was other events, as well, but it was a bit of a time finicky one because with the New Year ball drop, I had to set the time, so I had to do it for my bar. I had to do for um, BST time, so British Standard Time, for midnight on New Year for the UK's time, and I celebrated that one first. So I celebrated New Year's twice that day because I did that, and um, we had an amazing event for that as well. And then we went and did, well, Tails here, he went with his friends and did it with his, and I did it with, at the time, who's now
Yeah.
my ex-girlfriend and one of our other friends. And we did
Yeah.
the giant ham bowl drop as well, which there was only three. We only did it with three people, but then we went into other public rooms and the turnouts just looked amazing. Like, it was goofy. It was just a slice of ham or a piece of ham coming down. You know, it was something silly but simple, but worked. It just like that's the thing with Rec Room. Like they do silly, goofy things, or they've done that for a long time, where they've done silly things, and you're like, why? But then it just works. Like with the Halloween thing, they expanded the rec center and made it huge. Like you could run forever outside the wall, and you know, a lot of people found it weird, and it was a bit goofy and but it was fun. And
Hmm.
then you know, the actual rec center got bigger, like actually bigger, because
Yeah.
they fully expanded the rec center. We had all these doors so we can go outside, and I mean the doors have been there for a while, but the expansion, people weren't so sure about it at first, but it made it better because then there was more room, so then you could have, quiet conversations with your friends in different parts of the rec center. Like I say, there is so much, so much. What about you,
And
Tails?
speaking of that expansion of the rec center, there was an actual event that happened to expand that rec center, which I actually have a video about it. It was my very first short that I did, and it was the Backcon 74 video of saying goodbye 2018. And that video blew up with the amount of reception I got. And I'm going to be honest, like a lot of people loved it. A lot of people really, really loved those kind of videos. And I might actually do another one with Noah as well. He's going to be editing that one. He's going to put it on my channel when we do get the chance to do so. Because I kind of want to do a video where it's like, kind of like a reminiscent, actual goodbye to Rec Room, if that makes sense. So,
Yeah. And, I've got another topic here as well, which, as well as us doing that as well, which should be an incredible time for us, is what was your favourite memory here in Rick Room?
yeah. Please let us know down in the comments, as we would love to read all of them. And honestly, we would like to see what memories you guys have made on this game as well. We want to hear from you all, not just from us, but from you guys as well. We want to see, what memories you made, what memories you want to keep, and what memories you want to just, sometimes take away. So please, let us know down in the comments. It's
Yeah,
very appreciated.
because when it comes to memories, I think for me, if I'm being truly honest with myself, when it comes to this game alone, meeting you was by far my best memory because
Yeah, I could say the
you've
same thing.
you've helped me out through so much. You know, we treat each other like family at this point. We're extremely close. We have fun all the time. So, there's so much when it comes to me and you. And so I would
Hmm.
definitely say meeting you was, if not the best time I had in Rec Room because,
Yeah.
you were like the light at the end of my tunnel I was looking for so long, and I found it. You're like, I don't know, how can I describe it? You were like an angel sent from the gods and you appeared, and you've brought so much joy, not just here in Rec Room, but for my personal life as well, and for the better, because like we do so much, just even outside of
Yeah.
Rec Room, we do so much together. So when it comes to Rec Room, meeting Tails but not, because Tails but not is, I would say, do I dare say, the best person in Rec Room.
I mean, might as well. Speaking of memories, the best memory I do have, I have like tons of them, but if I had to pinpoint one of them, it would have to be meeting Noah because of the fact that I wasn't really expecting to meet Noah at first because I was meeting Falcon and she told me that she wanted to invite Noah, so I was like, okay, cool. And we got along really quickly, and we just kind of made videos. We've made tons of skits. We've made a lot of videos in general, and like we've made time travel videos. We made the Karen video that's still surprisingly popular to this day, which I am very surprised about. We just made like so many videos, so many live streams. It has to be like the best year I have ever had. And we are actually getting close to a year now. And if I'm going to be completely honest, he is one of the most hardworking people that I know because he was working on his bar, he was working on personal things, he was working on his YouTube channel because he was dedicated. Like he was dedicated, and I'm just like, damn, that's awesome. Like yeah, that is awesome.
Yeah, I
So
appreciate it. Thank you.
yeah,
Because like when it comes to like YouTube and TikTok and things like that, I love it. It's my sanctuary. Like I cannot go a day without going, ah crap, I forgot to make a video, or oh no,
I'm the
I
same way.
or oh no, I didn't do this, or was I meant to do something? Video. And then when it comes to like TikTok, especially, like we have just hit 500 followers. Now I've said in a video recently, I know to some that's not a lot, but to me that is a huge milestone because that means I've made it, I've reached 500 people. Okay, yes, in reality, that's not a lot of people. But for a small
Yeah,
YouTube channel, or small content creator, shall I say, because I do both, that is, for me, that is a huge milestone because that means I've got 500 people what like my content, what are interested in my content. And, now I'm working to try and push towards 1,000 followers. And, those 500 people I have there, that's incredible for me because that means that's 500 people what potentially watch my videos. That's 500 people what like my content. That's 500 people I can make
hmm
smile, make laugh, bring joy to people. And, it's my small community and I appreciate every single one of you. Now, unfortunately, this
yeah,
podcast will not be on TikTok because it will definitely be too long. But, in the sense of um, appreciation, thank you. And I really do mean that
yeah,
because, you know, Tails here said it in videos, I've said it in videos. You are making both of our dreams come true because my mission when it comes to these is to get out there, to hit my goals, and you guys are making that happen, and I am overly grateful. Like, I don't know how to say thank you. I could say thank you so many different ways, and it's just the appreciation and the continued support for both of our TikToks and YouTubes and things like that. Just social media in general. It's a sanctuary for both of us because, like,
yeah.
a
Because I'm
lot
gonna
of
be honest with you, my little me would be ecstatic right now if he saw the numbers that I'm pulling. Because I have 274 of y'all on my channel right now, and it is unbelievable on how that number is even real. Because I am gonna be honest, the most subscribers I have had is at least 142, but having at least almost 300 of you guys is insane, and I cannot say like I can't even put this in words. Just thank you, because this is just the beginning. This is not even close to what I'm gonna do. Like this is generally just the beginning for both of us.
It is, and you know, over time, hopefully we can keep those numbers up and keep going because, you know, what also is kind of weird for me, and it's happening a lot. I don't think it's happening as much with Tails at the moment, but at the moment with me, anytime I go in vanilla, a public rec center in this game, Stella, I am getting recognized everywhere. Like I went into vanilla the other day, I had 5 to 10 people surround me, and I'm like, hi, and you know, they're like, oh, are you Rec Room Noah? And like, it's not always like I get surrounded, but I'm constantly getting people coming up to me at the moment since I've started making these vanilla videos and Stella videos, going, oh, you Rec Room Noah? Oh, I got Stella because of you, or oh, I downloaded vanilla because of you, or oh, I watch your videos. They're awesome. You know, things like that. For me, it's kind of overwhelming. Like, okay, it's not a lot of people what are doing it, but you know, it is happening quite a lot recently. And for me, you know, that is quite overwhelming. But at the same time, I'm so grateful that you guys come up to me and actually recognize me, and you guys actually, you know, come up to me just to say hi, or that you guys recognize me for the videos, and that you want to say thank you for the videos and the appreciation for me making them. Like small things like that go a long way, and I couldn't be more happier that you guys are actually coming interacting with me and coming up to me through my videos. Like because of my videos, I'm now being recognized, and I didn't think that would ever happen to me because I am, I'm considered a small content creator. I'm not like some
Yeah.
of these big ones where they get absolutely chaos bombarded to the point they're trapped in a corner and need to call police backup. But like, just these small interactions, like, puts the biggest smile on my face imaginable because it warms my heart just to know these few people what come up to me, or these people I don't even know and I've never met before, just want to say hi because they've watched my videos or because they recognize me through my TikToks. And I am so grateful for that because it keeps me inspired and it gives me so much courage to keep going with my videos, because knowing I've actually got people what will actually come up to me and say, oh, what are you doing for your next video? Or, oh, I watched this video and you made me laugh. And like, it just inspires me to just keep going, just knowing that I've got a small fan club now and a small group of people what will just come up to me if they see me online or see me in a public space. And I love that. It's so nice
Yeah.
because it's happened this week alone. Jeez, it's because well, not this week, sorry, last week, sorry. Um, it happened at least 20 different times, and okay, again, that's not a lot, but that I'm so appreciative of every one of you what do that to me, because you keep me going. Because without you guys, there wouldn't be really a me.
There
So
really would be a me either.
exactly, yeah. Like without you guys, we would just be two channels floating around existing. But with the continued
And like,
support, it's so incredible.
we're gonna be honest with you guys here. If Rec Room were to have continued at some point in another life, and they were to actually do, YouTube partner programs and things, we would have honestly applied for it ASAP. I mean that literally. We would have applied for it ASAP. Because that was one of my dreams as well.
Yeah.
Even got an email from Rec Room themselves saying about it. I think you got one in like in 2025, I believe. You said you
Yeah, I
got an
did.
email from Rec Room.
Yeah, I did. I got a invitation, basically saying that I could be a potential. I can't remember the exact wording now because I don't even think I've got the email anymore. But basically, it was them emailing me to say I could be a potential candidate or something along that lines to
For the
be able to
YouTube Partner
join
Program, yeah.
to join their Rec Room partner creator partnership, I think, whatever it's called, or what it formerly was before, because obviously no longer exists. But yeah,
Yeah.
so but we can still do. Obviously, we can still do the YouTube thing. I can still do the TikTok program. There's still things we can still do, of course, which is something I'm
Hmm.
still looking into, and I believe Tails is also looking into it. And we're just
Yeah. I'm actually climbing into that goal, which I'm very close to as well.
yeah, which is awesome. But I think what we should talk about, which before we wrap up here, because there's one thing we probably should talk about, which is the end of the era. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you guys at home watching, how do you feel, and what are your thoughts on Rec Room closing down? Do you think it was a good decision they made? Do you think it was a bad decision? Do you think there could have been potential to save the game? Let us know in the comments below with your thoughts and opinions, and I will sure to get back to as many of them as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and ask you, Tails. What do you think about the end of the era?
Well, if I'm gonna be really honest, it's very heartbreaking for me because I I don't want this game to go. I really don't. Because I'm gonna be honest, I wasn't planning on doing these kinds of videos. I wasn't planning on doing my one last time series because when I found out about the news, I actually just came back from taking a break from the game, and when I found out, I was very heartbroken that my home is kind of just going away. So if I'm being honest with you guys, I am very much in shock that this is actually happening. I still can't even believe it's real, but it is. It's really happening. And by June 1st, which is going to be my last live stream on this game, my official last stream on the official Rec Room, I will be in a room where there will be a countdown, and we will all just hang out there until it hits zero and see what happens. Because I really just want to. I also really want to see what happens when the game shuts down, like they say they're gonna do. So yeah, that's I don't know. It's weird. Like it's a weird feeling whenever you lose something you love. Like it's a really weird feeling.
Absolutely. Yeah. I have, I'm pretty much the same way. It was my sanctuary. It was my place for content creation because my Rec Room Nowhere um, is where I've been dedicated to for the last well, since 2023. Now, I mean, a lot of my videos I have deleted because I didn't really like them and they weren't really that good, and I've been putting more time and effort into the videos now so they look more freshened up. Like we did a skit the other day, which
Yeah,
admittedly wasn't the best skit I've ever done, but it was fun. I enjoyed it, and just doing small things like that. That's what I loved about with Rec Room. Like you could do things like that and be creative and come up with new, unique ideas what no one had ever come up with before. And like I say,
yeah,
it is like losing a second home because it's something. It's really all I've ever known when it comes to video game. Like obviously I've known other games, but when it comes to something I've been dedicated to, this is all I've ever known because I put so much time
same
into
here.
this, so much work, hours, dedication, and just constantly pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed. And
Yeah.
then obviously for me, it's not as bad as it would be for Tails because unfortunately Tails doesn't own a VR, which is a real shame. But for me, I will be able to continue straight away with Rec Room because obviously those are the
Yeah.
ports I do play. And so for me, it's not as bad as it was when I first found out about it. Like, it's still heartbreaking because, you know, it won't be the same. And
You're losing something that's like kind of a part of you, which is actually
yeah,
for a lot of people that's watching this right now. And I could understand that because I put at least a lot of hours in this game. And like every day I would come home and I would just be with my friends and it was just like a lot of fun. But now it's really, really coming to an end. It's actually coming true.
that's just it. And it is sad because, like, with the amount of work people have put into this game, like, although yes, I can play Vanilla, yes, I can play Stellar, Radium, Nectus, all of those other ports, but even all of them combined, it will never be the same because they're just ports. You know, they are one-to-one servers, which are still good and fun. Like, they're not all one-to-one. Like, there are some where they are way more than one-to-one, but you know, you are limited with those, which is a shame because obviously over time they are going to be improved and they are going to get way better and they
Hmm.
are all amazing. Every single one of those games what have been made, I praise the people what made them because they've done such a fantastic job. But when it comes to this, you know, it's like obviously you're losing the known, you're losing a second home that for a lot of people, second home and a sanctuary. For me, it was definitely a sanctuary because it was my safe space. Like if I was having a bad day
Yeah.
and I was really upset, I would just come on Rec Room. And you know, for me, even though a lot of people find it kind of weird, I would just stare into the mirror and just look at my avatar. And I know that it's very controversial, but
I did the same thing.
yeah,
I'm gonna be honest.
but I just loved my avatar. Just being able to, because for me as well, the one thing I will say, like, I could be me in this game. Like, I could actually be me, because in my real, like, in my personal life, I've never really felt like I can be truly me. But behind that
Hmm.
avatar, who is now falling asleep again, um, but behind that avatar, like, I could be me. I could express myself better. I felt like I wanted to be my avatar because it felt like he had more freedom than I did. Like I could do
Yeah.
anything in this. Like I love my avatar. I don't
I
mean that
felt
in
the
it.
same way with mine because I've made mine based on how I was,
Yeah,
and I've met a lot of people, and I've actually met my girlfriend Dark on this game, and thanks to this game, that we're actually still together. So it's kind of a lot of gifts that Rec Room has been giving us
that's
for its
just it.
departure.
And like I'm gonna be sad to see that little guy go because like that guy sat on that chair there. Like I love him, and I don't mean in a relationship status way where I'm gonna start making out with it, but like in the sense of I fell in love with him in the sense of that guy there, that avatar, let me be me. I could express myself way better. I could feel more comfortable. I'm not as shy with him. I could be more creative. I could
Yeah.
be more open. I didn't hide as much. And if I did want to hide, it felt I felt more safer to hide on VR than I did in real life because in real life, you know, for a lot of the time I played this game, I stayed on this game a lot, and a lot of the time, even fall asleep, and I felt
Yeah, there
safer.
are times where he did.
Yeah, and it may seem strange to some, but I felt more comfortable sleeping as my avatar than I did as my real self. Like waking up, Like, sometimes my VR would die, but other times I would wake up and the first thing, instead of seeing me, I would see my avatar. Like, I would open my eyes and there he is, just smiling like, oh, yeah, we can move again. And that to me was wholesome, just knowing essentially I could swap places with him by just keeping a
Yeah.
headset on my head all the time. And being able to wake up in the mornings, and I did it a lot because I felt more comfortable waking up as my avatar. Like, he became me. Like, I became him. Like, like the clothing items and things like that. Like, I loved all the clothing items because I could wear clothes what looked cool and things actually I have bought in real life. Like, for instance, my avatar here, I generally own everything he's wearing IRL. I bought it just so I could match his
Yep.
personality. I own the glasses, I own the fedora hat, I own the black vest, I own the tie, literally everything he's wearing I own. And the only reason I did it was so I could feel like my avatar. And I know that sounds really weird, and it probably is weird to a lot of people, but for me, it was so I could match my avatar's personality and feel more comfortable in myself. So I bought it, and I would just wear that outfit around the house or whatever, just for the sake of being able to match his personality, and it
Not cooking today.
made me more comfortable in
Ah.
myself.
Everybody. Burger. Not cooking.
But yeah. But
Well, with this podcast is coming to an end, we do want to say thank you for watching, and we also want to say thank you to Rec Room for making this game the best it could ever possibly be. Because without you, we wouldn't be here. None of us would be here.
yeah,
And to the
absolutely.
billions of people who have experienced this game, we want to thank you for at least meeting us once in your life, even if it was just small.
Yeah,
So thank you.
definitely. Yeah. So yeah, thank you, Rec Room. Thank you for giving us a wonderful 10 years of creativity and a bundle of joy for the last decade. And although it is a shame to see you go, thank you. And again, yeah, with what Taylor said, thank you to all of you watching. Thank you to all of those who helped us grow through this game. And thank you to all of the people what we've met through the years on this game, and the people come up and say hi to us through our videos and things. Thank you, well, everyone. Thank you to everyone. You know, you are all appreciated. But with that being said, I think that's going to do it for our podcast, Tales.
Yep.
So thank you for coming on to the show, and appreciate your time today, and thank you for making this podcast happen. So with that being said, guys, I will see you guys in the next podcast and the next video.
Peace out.
Peace.